It's Friday, May the 12th. And what do you think is the biggest thing on people's minds with all the news that we have out there? In fact, it's almost like we're getting fed news through a fire hose. But what do you think the biggest thing is?
The hurricanes and whether we're going to go to Stanley Cup.
Hey, if I could just focus on that, that would be fantastic. but we got a little bit more going on.
Well, more than that. The debt ceiling. Debt ceiling.
Yes,
it's a number one news.
So much so that we really have gotten a lot of clients asking us if we really are going to have a default on our debt service.
Well, she's doing the job she can and should do. I don't think I'd do it the way she's doing it, but Janet Yellen, the Treasury Secretary, is when she talks about it, she's out there. It's doom and gloom, and the puzzle's completely coming apart, and we're going to miss pieces. And I do believe if it did happen, she'd be right about that. So she is right to warn.
It's just so politicized.
It really is.
The narrative is just.
But here's what I told a client yesterday. I said it's going to go down to the last day, the last hour, and the last minute. And between now and then, you're going to have news, bad news, more bad news, and news that's more bad news.
And everybody's going to say, we're not going to negotiate. Yeah. This is our line in the sand. And even though this is one of the most politicized times I can ever remember in my life, probably the most, these debt ceiling discussions have happened in just about every administration. It's always the same.
They're going to kick the can. They're going to kick the can. We aren't going to default. You held up your hands in a radio show so the listeners could see real well in our radio show that the market's going to work within this.
Yeah. That being this narrow frame, trading range that we're in, and that range has really been in existence for the last 3 months. It seems like. We're very wary of where the S&P is going to be in 3 months. In fact, Bank of America today talked about all the money that's pouring back in the first week in May, poured back in to technology stocks. I think it was close to $4 billion in just that week. And they're warning that that is going to be a trap and that you're going to see the technology stocks sell off. So that's sort of the stance that we have. We're very wary and waiting for that actual pullback to then begin to move back into markets.
Our next really big move for the majority of our clients that we work with will be early in June when we'll have several maturing T-bill periods that will create cash. And at that point in time, we'll be past the debt ceiling. We'll see where the market is, and then we'll be reevaluating what we need to do, whether we secure another 3-month note or whether we begin to walk our way back into the marketplace. But
and don't forget, we have a lot of liquidity in the exchange traded fund of 1 to 3 month treasury.
So we
bills.
could do that anytime we want to. So as I said to the client last night, why don't you go out in your garden and just work in your garden and not turn the news on and not worry about it? That's what we're doing each and every day. We got the pulse of what's happening, and we're getting current information, and we feel good of where we are.
And Sunday's Mother's Day.
And then Sunday's Mother's Day. So happy Mother's Day to all you wonderful mothers.
Happy Grandmother's Day.
Yeah, do that. So steady as you go is where we are this Friday. And we do this each and every Friday for you because it is your money.
And your money certainly matters.
See you next week.